Hey everybody, this is Bailey. I just want to let you know that I just got back from my audiology appointment. So if I look tired, that's why. Um, my appointment was like 9 a.m., but I had to get up about 6:30 uh, to get my workout in, obviously. And my appointment is literally on the other side of the city. So I don't know why I'm flapping around my hands. That should tell you that I'm tired. But anyway, in my praise and complaint of cochlear implant of N6, I was complaining, if you remember, I was complaining how some people, well, everybody sounded a little muffled, and I thought it was my speaker covers. Well, I told you that I just changed it, and there wasn't any improvement in my sound quality. So I was thankful that I had an appointment set up in like a following month, as I told you in that video, which if you haven't seen it, it'll be up here in the card somewhere. Um. Anyway, today I went to the appointment and I talked with my audiologist and everything, and I told her like, hey, everybody sounded muffled, which they didn't sound like when I first got my cochlear implant. So she was like, okay, we will connect your cochlear implant to our computer and fidget around with the program or the computer program, just like when you have a spam or a glitch in your computer, you wipe it clean and then reinstall the program. It's kind of like that with us, but it's instead of wipe it clean, we just adjust whatever it was bothering us. So I got all plugged up in the computer and everything, and we started going down the 21 channels frequency. I was supposed to have 22, but one of them broke during surgery, and we never bothered getting a new one in because obviously one is enough. One is enough. Anyway, we started going down, and she said, I'm going to do the first three frequencies right off the bat, and you guys have to listen to beeps. And let me tell you, I hate beeps. I swear to God, I felt like after a while listening to beeps, my brain starts making them up, and I'm like, I don't know if it's real or I'm just imagining it. And she said, I know, which is why I'm going to alternate the frequencies of beeps to make sure that you are actually hearing them. And I was like, okay. So she started out with these soft ends. We have soft where we barely hear the beeps, and then on the next round we started doing the loud ends where you clearly hear the beeps, but it's loud and comfortable that you can bear it pretty easily. Anyway, we did the first three frequencies at the soft ends. The first one, which is the low frequency, it was perfectly fine where it is, or it was. The next two, I could not hear the beeps. And I was like, whoa, something's wrong. And she's like, okay, we'll do individual from then on. The next three low frequencies after the first one, I could not hear the beeps. And I'm like, okay, you gotta crank them up a little bit because I still couldn't hear them. And she's like, okay, we put it up like 4 notches up. Like, imagine with the radio volume, 1 notch is 1 up. We put it up like 4. And I'm like, oh, that's probably why. And then the rest, I think I adjusted them probably like 1 notch. Maybe it was too loud and we had to like bump it down, or if it's too soft, we bump it up, just like by 1 notch, which is not bad. And then we continue on until we hit the high frequencies. I think the next 3 frequencies, it was way too loud for me. It was like medium volume. And I thought, okay, that's way too loud. We need to bring them down by 4 or 5 notches. All 3 of them. And I'm like, no wonder. I was trying to figure out why some people's whistling bothered me so much. What in the world? That's why. That's why. So we turned them down. And then she turned on speech button to let me hear her. And we talked for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, you sounded clear, but not as like crystal clear. There's still muffledness going on. She's like, okay, we will go do the loud sets again next. And I was like, okay. And then she turned off the speech and started off the beeps again, as usual, like before. The first one, frequency low, perfectly fine. I was like, okay, leave that one. Next, it was medium volume. The next 3, the same 3 low frequencies were medium volume. And I thought, okay, we need to raise them by 4 or 5 notches. And now I was like, okay, now it's comfortable. And we continue on. I think I only adjusted 1 frequency up a notch, like in the middle. I don't remember, but we continue on. And then we hit the same 3 high frequencies. It was way too loud that it felt like somebody took the ice pick, and stuffed it into my eyeball, like, repeatedly. I'm like, nope, need to lower it down by 4 notches as well. All 3 of them. And after we finished all that, she turned on the speech button again on the computer. And she started talking, and I'm like, holy crap, I can hear you crystal clear. Like, her voice was crystal clear, and I was so happy. I was like, yep, that's what it was. And I asked her, I was like, what happened? Like, when I first got my upgrade, when I first got it, it was perfect. But 6 months later, it was all messed up. Like, everybody sounded muffled. And she said, yeah, it's the hormonal imbalance, or something like that. Did you change medications? Yeah, I did. That's probably why. Your hearing needs, when you first got it, change with the hormones. So, therefore, it's important to have yearly appointment to tune up your cochlear implant to adjust with the needs and all that. That makes so much sense, because all my life I never did yearly appointment where I kept constantly adjusting my hearing. Never done it. Never. Whenever it starts, like, I get here very well, and I just stuck with it. I just sucked it up and said, you know what? The next upgrade will be much better. Well, it would be much better if you do the yearly one. So I told her, I was like, okay, I want next year's appointment so that if there's change again, I want to be able to be prepared for it. And she's like, yeah, we could do that. Same day, next year, maybe an hour later than usual, but that's okay. I'm hoping it will change again, but body is very unique, so you never know. But after she took me off their computer and everything, like, get it read to my little computer first, then took it off the computer, and then I put my battery on, and I put it on and I'm like, whoa. It sounded a little loud, but it was bearable, but it just sounded loud. I'm like, whoa, what is this? And I think my theory is because we adjusted 6 frequencies on the opposite ends, so everything is just clear, and it just sounded loud because everything is sounded, like I said, clear. So, and she was like, do you want me to adjust the volume? I'm like, no, no, no. Just let me get used to it. It just, everybody's just sounds really clear now. And she said, oh, okay, that makes sense. So, after the appointment, I got into my car, and I was not thinking much about it. And I turned on my car, and then my radio turned on. And I'm like, this music is coming out crystal clear again, and I was so ecstatic about it. I was like, yes, I can hear it again. And then I drove home. Guess what I did for the next hour? I listened to music while doing chores. Everything was so clear, and I was so happy that I can hear again. And fast forward to time to go to work. So I got ready and went to work, and I talked to my coworkers. Oh my gosh, I heard my coworker, her voice. I thought she just had that thick accent. Well, not thick accent, but like an accent, like southern drawl kind of thing. No, it was because I was muffled. She sounded crystal clear with no accent in whatsoever. I'm like, oh, that's why I couldn't understand you. And when I made phone calls at work, I heard my coworkers way better than I did, and I didn't hear statics coming through the phone. And I was like, dude, I can hear you so much better. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, throughout the day, I was happy. I was obviously greeting everybody that came into my lobby or leaving. And I was like, have a great day. Welcome to the zone, kind of thing. Like, I hope you have a fun day and so on. So I was so happy that everybody's like, what is she drinking? Like, is she high on caffeine or something? I'm like, no, I'm just happy. That's all. After work, I got home and I finally had a conversation with my husband because I was looking forward to it. I was like, okay, maybe I'll understand him better. And I started talking to him, and he talked back, and I'm like, I can hear your voice. Like, your voice came out so much better. And I was telling him that, and he's like, just play a joke. He's like, oh, sure, da. I'm like, not cool, man. Not cool. But he was clearly happy for me because he can clearly see it on my face. Just like, I can hear your voice. Your voice is not coming out muffled or nasal. Well, not nasal, kind of like stuffed up. You know that voice when you get so stuffed up that it kind of impacts your nuances of your, what do you call it, voice pitch? Like, inflections. There you go. It impacts your inflections so you can't really, like, tell if they're joking or not. I heard that really well. I was like, oh, I'm just so happy. Anyway, this is the take-home lesson. If you have a cochlear implant or hearing aids, definitely do yearly appointment. Yes, it's a little time-consuming and a little costly. I paid like $35 at my appointment because it's a specialty in the United States, obviously. So imagine me paying $35 every year. But I think it's worth it because if something is interfering with my hearing, I want it fixed. I want it to be perfect so I can enjoy my life and have a better life quality and have better conversations with my husband, my friends, my coworkers. Like, I take home lesson, do yearly appointment. It's worth it. Now on the other hand, changing speaker covers, not so much. At least in my experience, I don't think they help as much. Unless it's 2 or 3 years old, then it will be noticeable. At least, again, to me, I don't know about you. You might have better maintenance of your hearing aids or cochlear implants. I don't. I just put it on and I just forget about it. I'm that low maintenance, lazy girl. I don't like to take care of anything that is high maintenance, which is why I don't do much with my hair. I'm lazy. I can French braid. I can pull it up in a bun when I have longer hair. But I'm super lazy. Super lazy. So, yeah. Uh, alright. This is all I have for you today. So if you found this video informative, please press like. And if you have any questions about audiology appointment, cochlear implant, or whatever of deaf life, please drop them down in the comment below. And I will see you next Saturday.